Hi everyone, welcome back to my garden. I just thought I'd do a little video today on plants that are still really looking beautiful in my garden, and some of them are in my sister's garden. Big clumps of beautiful plants with gorgeous flowers, and here we are at the end of November. So when you hear on gardening programs or in magazines and that, oh, these plants will see you through till the first frost, these are some of the plants in situ up here in the northeast of England as well. So we are right on the coast. It's very exposed. We have fields all around us. So the plants have to be really tough. So if they'll grow in my garden, I'm sure they'd grow in your garden. So if you've got a smallish garden, or you want a garden where you've got really tough plants that don't need a lot of maintenance, and will carry you right the way from early summer right the way through to sort of, I mean, there's no sign of them abating at the moment, and they'll probably will keep going until the first frost kills them off. So I'll take the camera off the tripod and I'll take you for a look around. So I'll just show you as we go out the gate here, this beautiful true geranium here, totally hardy up here in the northeast and is still flowering now. And this geranium has been flowering in my garden since February. Obviously there's not many flowers left on it now, but that is beautiful. It's one of the first flowers out in the spring and a really good source of nectar for the pollinators. Right, so we are outside my garden at the moment, and I have a big clump of oxeye daisy there and a great big clump of oxeye daisy there. So I'll just take you up to it and show you how beautiful and fresh it is. And the reason it is this fresh is because I gave it the Chelsea chop. In fact, I've cut this back twice. So it flowered the first time April, and grew really tall, much taller than that. It was sort of up here, I would say a good 4 foot. But then we got torrential rain and it was all lying over the pavement. So I cut it back hard then. It then flowered again. And when those flowers died off, I cut it back almost to ground level. And here we are, November. And I mean, these ones here haven't even opened yet. And this is the other patch. You see, there's just these ones here have gone over 1, 2, 3. The rest of them all out. It's just amazing. So I think that's really good. You know, if you had a big clump of that in your garden, that would fill up a big chunk of border. This lovely little plant here is osteospermum, and this one's just a baby one this year. I've just planted it, but my sister has a clump of osteospermum which is as big as that oxeye daisy. So that's still flowering. And then if we come further along this front border, we have this, which is ice plant. And again, this ice plant grew very leggy, sort of about, well, when would it have been? June. And I cut it right back to the ground. So I've still got a nice clump of colour there. I have this lovely shrub in my garden. If I sort of pan back, and that just gives a nice pop of brightness in the border. Gorgeous. So he's quite happy. I've got some beautiful Rebecca, which are almost finished now, but that is a very much a baby Rebecca there that's just been planted in the last, I would say, 2 or 3 months. So he's done very well. This lovely plant here is a persicaria, and this one is called Fat Domino. I haven't got a huge amount of heads left on him, but you couldn't even see these heads last week until I cut all the dead heads off him, and then that's still a nice pop of colour there. And then, of course, I've got my hydrangeas, which have been absolutely gorgeous. And this is another one. And you can see they're all coming to the end of their life, but it's just such a lovely, soft, mauvey pink. Beautiful. So you could have a hydrangea shrubs, some alstroemeria in your border, and some of those oxeye daisies, and just those few plants would get you right the way through your summer, and you'd still have flower on them now. And then I'll just show you this rose. This again is a rose that has been flowering all summer. Absolutely gorgeous. And when you look for roses, I've just done it myself, you can get roses that are repeat flowers, and this is obviously one of them. I didn't buy this rose, it was a gift. But yes, the first year I thought, oh, that's it, finished. And yeah, it's just flowered all summer. Right, so I'll just jump in the car now, and 5 minutes down the road we'll go and have a look at the big clumps of alstroemeria that are in my sister Shirley's garden. So I'm in my sister Shirley's garden, just to show you some of the beautiful flowering plants that are still putting on a show. So all of these are buds waiting to come out still, and we are now at the 22nd of November. So earlier in the year, when the flowers go over, and this is what they look like when they've gone over, that's a spent flower, and that's trying to make seed now. So the way to keep your alstroemeria going is you don't cut it off at the bottom, you go down the stem that's finished flowering, and you just give it a little pull like that, and it comes out at the bottom like that. So there's another one, look. Just walk your fingers down to the sort of near the bottom, give it a tiny pull, and it comes away. These are all new ones still waiting to come up. So while I'm here, I may as well do this one as well. Make sure you've got one that's finished. And if you do that with your alstroemeria as the flowers go over, this is what you'll still have in November. Here in the back garden, we've got this beautiful fuchsia. And then look at this beautiful patch of alstroemeria. This is Indian Summer. We've got another lovely fuchsia flowering here. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful. All gardeners will have their own favourite hard-working plant that they wouldn't be without in their borders. But but they're just a few in my garden and my sister's garden. And so now when you hear gardeners saying, you know, oh, and this will see you right the way through to the first frost, these are just a few examples of plants that actually will do that. So it'll be interesting to see how much longer they go on. If we don't dip below freezing, then I can see these plants going on for weeks yet. So as always, thank you so much for visiting the channel. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you did, and leave a comment. I'd love to get to know you. And I'll see you next time, hopefully. Bye.